All right. Energy as a business is a Japanese company, and this company has been on since 1974, producing this wonderful technology called Kangen machine. Okay, this machine actually come to being as a result of research done by a group of Japanese doctors over spring water. Spring water is a rock water, which we have so many spots around the world. Also in Nigeria, we have so many spots of spring also in Nigeria, all right? Because the research is actually begin because most people that have access to spring water, they usually call it miracle water because the water heals their body. So because of this group of Japanese doctors collect water from different spots around the world in order to check what is in this water that is different from the regular water we have access to. Okay, before I go in depth in this presentation, I like to actually introduce what we have on the screen. Let's talk about this so that we can go to the depths of tonight's presentation. Plastic bottle. This is where we store our water in this part of the world. We have so many companies that run these water distribution systems. The area where we are going to talk about is a plastic that holds this water. There is a chemical used in producing these plastics. Usually it's present in every other plastics. The reason why we are bringing this in water is because water stays long in the plastics from the production state to the consumer state, sometimes 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, thereabout, before somebody can consume it. Now, this chemical that is present in plastics is called bisphenol or BPA. Now, you can actually do a personal research about it. This chemical is very, very dangerous. It's actually a chemical used in producing cheap plastic. Okay? The more the water stays in these plastics, the more emission that happen, the more emission of this chemical in these plastics. And usually, the reseller of this product, after receiving from the factory, they usually keep it in front of their office in order to attract customers. So when the sun hits on this plastic, there will be more emission of that chemical into the water. And since last year, August, when we started the campaign of energy in Nigeria, we've run through so many water in Nigeria. There is no one was able to cross the property that I'm going to share with you tonight. Now, bisphenol is actually responsible to the rising of disease, both in adults and children. We need to actually stop storing water in these plastics. Then here is energy world map and where we have energy present. Like I was saying before I talk about the plastics, energy comes to being in 1974. There, when they produced this Kangen machine, in order for us, to have a replica of spring water, so that we can have all the presence of property that is contained in spring water in a technology so that human being can have access to it directly. And they form Kangen machine. And there in Japan was only a bigger size unit of this machine, only to supply water in hospital so that the patient in hospital can recover faster because of the healing property present in this water. Okay, so they were only producing in Japan only for hospital until 1994. That is 20 years after running through this technology only for hospital. Then they now produce domestic model, which is a smaller unit of Kangen machine, and it produces the same work of the bigger one is producing. They call it Level Look SD501, 1994. That is 20 years after running it in hospital. And here we now have the smaller unit of this machine. And then they launch a system that can help them to distribute so that every homes around the world could have it. Until 2003, when the network left Osaka, Japan, and launched in New York, and they were able to move to New York. And from New York, they were able to spread to every part of the world that you can see energy today, including Nigeria that come into existence just, okay? Last month, we have Nigeria being also named as a office of energy distributions in the whole world. So Nigerians spearhead distribution of this technology in Africa. Now, Kangen water or Kangen machine produced by Energy Care Company. Kangen is simple, is a meaning is a Japanese language. It means back to origin. What simply means is, if you continue to have access to water coming out from this Kangen machine, this water will help your body to backlog your age, because the property content in Kangen water will flush out any form of axillary flux in your body systems, and your body begin to heal up itself. So Kangen means back to origin. And here we have the spots, all the spring water spots, different countries from France, from Mexico, India, Germany, even Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, they call it Samsam water. Now, this group of Japanese doctors, led by Shiriata, discovered that all mountain water contains, and the property content there is called active hydrogen. Active hydrogen, once it is found in your water, it is an antioxidant and also is an anti-aging. Reason, because it contains negative ORP. ORP means oxidation reduction potential. Every other water contains positive ORP. The simply of that is, it is free from oxidation, while every other water contains oxidation present. So this three property is what is found in mountain water, and after form this Kangen machine, use a titanium stone to create this Kangen machine. The same property, these three active hydrogen, antioxidant, anti-aging, and ORP negative, everything is even more present in Kangen machine. So when you have Kangen machine in your home, it's like you have the mountain water right there in your home. Now, we are going to talk about the three properties that is content in Kangen water. First, it is an antioxidation because it contains negative ORP. And for that reason, it is an antioxidant. And when you begin to drink it, it will slow down aging process in your body systems. Now, let's talk about oxidation. Oxidation is related to aging because everything around us is actually oxidized. The oxygen we breathe, the water, the food, everything is highly oxidized because our government is not giving us ways of staying, off from oxidation, because each time a generator is running or car is emitting or the dust, all those stuffs destroy the oxygen that we breathe to our systems. And if you open a food, within a short time, everything becomes oxidized. And the more you live in an oxidation environment, the faster we age. That is why, to tell you more that oxidation is high in our environment, when you open a fresh apple, it is fresh. Within a short period of time, it becomes brown, because once it is open to air, it becomes rotten. And that is aging catching up. Now, to know more about oxidation, we also have another object, which is tomato. A fresh tomato, a woman used to cook a very nice soup. But once the tomato is rotten, that is oxidation catch-up. What we are saying here is, in tomato, you actually discover the oxidation percent, also in apple. But when it comes to water, you cannot know that this water is oxidized. But I want you to know that living tissue plus oxidation in water lead to sicknesses. That is, water moves from fresh to oxidation. And when that happens, the water don't change taste or smell or change color. It remains the same. Okay? Leave water on the table for a longer time, you come back, you meet it. So for you to know more about oxidation in water, we're going to use this Sharks table and the ORP meter. ORP meter is a meter that is used by people that do swimming pool, people that run water business. In swimming pool, you need the oxidation in millivol to be above presence of oxidation above 1,000, 1,005. The more of it, the more they can be able to destroy whatever germs is will not be able to pass to the next person in the water. But the water we drink should be free from oxidation. When water free from oxidation, it becomes antioxidant water, and it will slow down aging in our body systems. And that oxygen, that negative charge of reflections or that is showing in the water, make the water to become lively. Why? When a reading is showing from the meter we're going to use, and there is no minus in the reading, that it is presence of aging is highly oxidized. All these products we are seeing here, if you check their reading, the tap water and everything, it is actually positive oxidation. Why? All these fresh fruits, olive oil, water from Kangen machine. Water from Kangen machine will give you 400 negative and above. Okay, that is, it is free from being oxidized. And for that reason, the water will go straight to your cells, different from the regular water, and it begins to help your body from the cellular level to the outer part of the body. Then your body begins to shut down easily, because this water, Kangen water, because of the negative charge, it helps your brain to release melatonin. Melatonin is in charge of cardiac sleeping and waking up hormones. Once you have the presence of more of these hormones in your body system, is your brain, then sleeping becomes easy. But you have less of it, sleeping becomes a lot of problem. Then you begin to accumulate a lot of stress in your body. Now, when you consume water that is negative presence, okay, or that is oxidation free present, then easily you sleep at a tinga free. Now, let's watch a video to tell a lot more about presence in water. Now, this video is done by Mr. Simon. We have presence of so many water here: tap water, RO water, then mineral water, and soft drinks, and Kangen water. Okay. Now, if you look at all water, there is no difference, but I tell you, millions of differences are in this water. By force to check the oxidation present, okay, the more the reading from the meter that we'll be using right now, the more oxidation, the more the reading when it is not having a minus, the more oxidation and the more sicknesses that will happen, or the more the water become dead. Okay. Now, this meter is what is bringing now. That meter will help us to note whether the water is oxidation free or oxidation present. So the first one is tap water. You can see it is oxidation present. If you check water, it drinks, that is very high oxidation. Check Kangen water, it is minus 500 and above. That is aliveness in the water. And this negative charge you are seeing in the water is a kind of oxygen that the body is lacking, that lead to what we call acidosis in the body systems, because lack of oxygen in the body is called hypoxia. Hypoxia is lack of oxygen, and lack of oxygen leads to acidosis, and acidosis leads to what? Cancerous cells in the body systems. When this water enter anyone that have cancerous in its body systems, it gives strength to the cell, to the good cells, and stops the cancerous cells from being active in the body systems, and that will help to take care of cancer in human body. Now, here is the second property that is contained in Kangen water: alkalinity. Now, this alkalinity is one of the major property, or is one of the property in Kangen water that is very, very popular, but is the least among the three properties that I'm discussing tonight. Now, alkalinity, there are so many ways of making alkaline. Two different ways we have alkaline. We have what we call ionized alkaline. Ionized is what we are presenting to you in Kangen water. Why we also have another way of making alkaline called induced, that is induction. Adding baking soda into water, it will give you alkaline. Adding lime into water, it gives you alkaline. Now, there are so many network marketing companies that sells alkaline bottle. You pour water, you remove water. Or call a water treatment guys to put a lot of chemicals after pumping the water from a borehole to your tank, and pour chemical to make it alkaline. We call that dosing. Now, all that I've explained is called induced alkaline. Now, the problem with induced alkaline is that the systems of the water, or the molecule structures of the water, still remain intact. When you drink it, it goes straight to your tummy as a regular water. So for your body to have access to alkalinity content, your kidney need to help you to break it down. That is why a lot of videos done by doctors online says such alkaline, in consuming it for a longer period of time, and causes a lot of organ failure in human body. So you need to desist from consuming such alkaline. But ionize is a kind of process where a machine helps you to separate positive electron and negative electron in the water. What that simply means is when you plug Kangen machine into your borehole in your home, now at the outer part of the machine, there is a two hose. Positive hose in the frontal hose, the back hose will have negative hose in the frontal of the machine, while the positive hose are the down part of the machine. Now that's when the water goes in, you supply it from your faucet into the machine. The titanium gemstone inside this machine will separate the water at the outer part into positive electron and negative electron. So the positive electron is the bad water. If you check the pH, is acid. Then the one coming out from the front hose, which is negative electron, which we just checked in the first property. If you check the alkalinity content, it gives you one of the best alkaline. Now, to check alkalinity, we need two things. One, the Sharp scales and also the pH tester. pH means potential hydrogen. Remember, the beginning of this presentation, we are starting from the potential hydrogen in the mountain water. Now, to now check the hydrogen here, we need pH tester, okay? And this chart we are seeing on the board. pH chart starts from 0 and end in 14. Now, the middle of this chart is 7, which is neutral. By the time we pour the anti-agent, the pH liquid into the water, it begins to give color. Now, the color that gives you will show whether the water is acid or it is alkaline. So anything below 7 is acid, and acid lead to what? Sicknesses in human body. For longer consumption of it, it breeds acid reflux, and acid reflux breeds a lot of sicknesses in our body systems. And anything above 7 is alkaline. I also have another video that is going to also do justice. The same water we have that we used earlier, we're also having it here to also help us to see. Now, we still have the same water we have down. This is the pH tester, potential hydrogen. From the first, we're going to start from the borehole, which is tap water. Outside world, we call it tap water, but Nigeria, everybody have borehole. Now, you can see, as we're pouring this, the water begins to change color. Now, you can see the Fuji and the Eva, those are chemically alkaline inductions. Okay, those are chemically made alkaline. That's why you see it gives above 7. All right. But if you look at Kangen water, it's bringing out purple. So we're going to see before you drink Kangen water, our body tissue is acid. Immediately you drink Kangen water, it begins to move your body from acid to alkaline. That's what is happening to the water. What you see that is doing as it's pouring the water. But now, what's the last water? That is soft drink. If you are a lover of taking sugar into your body systems, now this water that is pouring into this sugar is 9.5. But because of the acid that is so more in soft drinks, the acid is not able to even move to neutral, not to talk of alkalinity. Now, a little drop of soft drinks, a little drop of sugar into a healthy body, it neutralizes that alkaline content in that water. It moves it straight to acid tissue. This is the same thing that happens to our body systems. Okay, the more you consume sugar, the more you are destroying your cells. That is why you see in the presence of acid reflux, you see cancerous cells thrives. And in the presence of alkalinity, have no energy to survive it. So among the water we have here, it is only Kangen water that is neutral, that is alkaline, that is held in it for human body to consume. We have a doctor here. He did a research. His name is Dr. Eric Warburg. He's a German doctor. He did a research in 1923 and got the Nobel Prize of Physiology in 1981 that the metabolism of a tumor demonstrated that all forms of cancer are characterized by two basic conditions, which is acidosis and hypoxia. Now, hypoxia is lack of oxygen, like I talked earlier. Now, lack of oxygen will breed acidosis in the body systems. And that is the problem of people that have cancerous cells, people that have cancer in their body system. That's why you see Kangen water will be helping people that have cancer since August that we started sharing this water in Nigeria. Now, this man now says deprive a cell 35% of oxygen within 48 hours. Yet the good cells can lead to cancerous cells in human body. This will tell you that our body systems need to move into what? Alkaline, because we are naturally born as alkaline. It is our lifetime and our environment that move our body tissue into acid. Okay, here we have the third property. The third property is talking about microclusters, small water clusters, easy absorption to the body. Now, what are we talking about? It's talking about the molecule structures of the water. Human body is made up of 70% of water. You can see the statistics of the water ratio in the organs and the body systems. The only water that can get to is water that is micro, not the regular water that is large in clusters. Why do we need water? Because human body is made up of 70 to 75% of water. Now, two things that water need to do in our human body. One is to supply channel or nutrient into the body. If the water is micro that can penetrate through every nook and corner of the body, that is when the nutrient that you eat in food, in supplement, can easily move to your cellular level. That is why if you use Kangen water in anything, either cooking, making coffee, it brings out the best, or make a tea or tea bag or whatever, it brings out the best because it is micro in size, not large clusters. Second thing that micro water will do in the human body is to detox, to channel waste out of the body systems. Okay, now there are waste that is being, accumulate in our colon, in the cells and all that. Cells even died, and when cells died, they become zombie cells. And zombie cells, the only thing that can help you to flush them in form of toxins out of your body systems is micro water. Because what those cells, even the live cells, what they need to become very active in human body is water that keeps them. That is where you see, because most water that we consume, they are water that is not penetrating through our body system. That's why you see we suffer from dehydration most of the time. Now, when you talk about microclustering, you are talking about better hydration, because when the water was able to hydrate to your body will flow, we swim in water, because that is what our body is made of. All the organs, they survive through water. The oxygen keeps us alive, while water keeps us healthy. When the water was able to hydrate, then there will be elimination of toxins. You can be able to piss regularly. You can be able to defecate easily. Your body will will detox naturally, so that in your colon, you won't store up a lot of residues there that begin to obstruct, that give a lot of issue in your body systems. Regular water in clusters. You can see regular water is H2O in cluster. The molecule is about 15 to 20. It clusters together. This can only be snapped with microscopic. Okay, with a regular eyes cannot detect this. All right. It is large cluster. It limits absorption. This is what you think when you drink a regular water. You form your potter, making gudu because the water is large. Even at that period, you see that your mouth will ask you to drink more. Yet your tummy is full. Why? Because you only drink water. You know it's water, but the body is not having access to it. And you see most of the time our body cries of water. That's why we have a lot of symptoms of dehydration. That is having headache, migraine, or even IBP, even what we call a low doses of lipoprotein that causes cholesterol in the arterial wall that put the pressure into the heart that cause high BP. It is also body is crying for water. It's lack of water in the body. Now, you can imagine if you begin to have access to Kangen water, the first property, which is a negative charge of that electron, will help to make up the blood that is sticking part, that is not making the free flow of the blood, because the blood need to flow at a high rate so that it can go through every part of the body. But when the sticking part begins to pile up, which is a low dose of lipoprotein, it leaks, it narrows down the artery down, and it leads to what we call high BP in human body. It is also its lack of, its dehydration system that we're following. That is happening to our body at that period of time. So that's why we have a book called Change Your Water, that you can read a lot about it to know more about dehydration. And most of the time, when our body is dehydrated, we go and look for antisuppressant and complicate more of our issue. I'm telling you, if you begin to drink Kangen water, if you have been having a headache before, you see that all those things will disappear. Your body will relax. You sleep like a baby. You have a whole lot of energy to be able to do your daily activity. Now, that large cluster water will enter this Kangen machine, And this machine will separate the bad from it and give you the negative charge water, which has the fourth property and the second property, and also what become micro in size. So the molecule breakdown between 15 to 20 onto 5 to 6, which is very, very micro, very minute. So it penetrates to your body faster like any other thing. So we have also the third video, which so in this video, we have a tea bag. We're using tea bag to actually represent our cells, because most of the time our cells is crying for water. Now, tea bag is representing our cells because our cells is like a form or is in like a bag that water is not getting through it because of the large clusters. Now, to make a tea, what do we do to the water? We boil the water. Now, when you boil water, you boil regular large clusters water, at boiling state, it is micro. Now, that micro, when you drop the tea inside, it brings out the tea immediately. If it is coffee, you see the coffee begin to come out. Now, because of that hotness, it is micro. That's why you see the tea is coming out. That's why you see the coffee is coming out. But when you use Kangen water, you don't need to boil the water. At a normal temperature of room, drop your tea inside, the Kangen will bring it out because it is micro. It was able to penetrate through it. So let's watch. Now we have a tea bag. This is a Chinese tea, very tough for it to be able to come out. Okay. Now watch the difference. This is a regular tap water, and we also have Kangen water. All right. Watch the difference. Now you see the tea is out. Why the other one is just struggling? This same thing that happened to our body system when regular water is unable to penetrate through the body because the structure is too large. Now that is first property. The second thing we're also going to do is that when you eat good food, good supplement, good nutrient, good whatever, and you have that contain good nutrients, do not drink regular water. Do you know that regular water will also destroy the nutrient in that food because of unable to what? To help penetration into the body system or into the nutrient. Can you see? The little same size of the tea, and Kangen still make more tea, while the other one, the tea is already up. So the same thing happens to you when you drink good supplement, good food, good fruits, you drink Kangen water, you get amazing result on it. This is the three property that Kangen water contain that have been doing wonder since 1974 in Japan, since 2003 in New York. From New York, they were able to spread to every part of the world. But right now, Africa is having Kangen office in Nigeria. We have it in Adeyemi Jones. Now, what we are presenting to you in Kangen water is we're not just presenting to you without having a base. We have a lot of professionals, doctors that actually recommend this water. That if you're having a challenge, you're having a health challenge, it is not the end of the line. That's why these doctors, after they endorse this technology, they even write a books, not just endorsing, but write a lot of books in order for, even though after they have gone, like Dr. Romichinya, he passed on 2 years ago, and he wrote a book called Enzyme Factor. And you can see his profile there. He's a co-inventor of colonoscopy. Colonoscopy is a procedure where they put camera from your back end to get access to your internal system and perform operation. This Dr. Romichinya is a co-inventor of that procedures, and he practiced in Abayisin College of Medicine, New York. And he wrote 4 books before he died 2 years ago. And this 4 book is talking about the technology that we are presenting to you today. So if you have a cancer, you have any kind of disease in your body systems, Kangen water will help you to solve all that. It is not the life. Another thing is we have another Bob Wright, director of American Anti-Cancer Institute. This Bob Wright write a book called Killing Cancer, Not People. Despite the fact that this guy had this body, but yet he's not recommending what the body is recommending, which is chemotherapy. Because most people that have cancer in their body, they recommend chemo for them. And chemo destroys even than the cancer itself because it's a targeted therapy. Another person there is Dr. Dave Carpenter, which is a naturopathic. He wrote a book called Change Your Water, Change Your Life, which we have the books also. If you need the PDF file, I can also send it to you. You can read a lot about it. This book that this guy wrote is an American. He read this book. He even talked more about this book than, that he talked about this technology than the manual that comes with the machine, because they are sharing their experience based on their using and practicalizing it in so many patients, and they rescue a lot of people from danger zone. So let's go through the books one by one so that we can see what it says about this technology. This is a killing cancer people. On page chapter 6 of this book, 3 of the diet, cancer, restructures ionizer water could save your life. On page 158, he said, I believe that ionizer water is mandatory baseline requirement for those with cancer. On page 168, he said, if I were looking for electrolyzing unit today, I will choose SJ501 made by Energy Company, the Rolls Royce of water ionizer. Now, what we are presenting to you today is not just a water machine, but a Rolls Royce in water machine that you need in your home to save the life of your whole family, okay? Which have been used in Canada, in US, in France, in Japan, so many countries of the world. They've been in this business for since 30 years because they wrote the book 18 years ago. So Energy presently, in July, they will become 49 years in business, okay? Kangen water. Now, on page 170 said something. He said, I have no financial interest in Energy Company, nor do I receive any information from my recommendation. They do this based on their research and use this technology to save a lot of life and begin to write books about it. Now, Dr. Romishina, you can see his profile there. He is a professor of surgery in Basic College of Medicine. He is a chief endoscopy. Endoscopy is putting camera from the mouth to get access to internal systems and perform operation. You can see over 360,000 of colonoscopy before he died some years ago. His legacy lives on. On page 159 of this enzyme factor, Kangen water is alkaline-rich water. Its pH of 8 to 9, and it considered the very best of drinking water because of incomparable power of hydration, detoxification, and anti-oxidation. So we have a lot of testimony. So he wrote 4 books. The whole 4 books he wrote is about Kangen technology. So let's go on and check testimony of inflammations. This is someone that is having inflammation that is too much of acid reflux, lead to these inflammations of body draw up the alkalinity and lead to inflammation in the human body. So in 3 months of drinking Kangen water, this helps solve the problem. Still someone that is having breast cancer and chronic constipation, still a lot of residue deposit there because of the toxin effect of Kangen water. You can see the result here is amazing. We also have someone that is already running through chemo. Chemo, like I said, is a targeted therapy, both the good cells and the bad cells. It targeted in the body. But with the 3 property content in Kangen water, it can help to solve these problems. You can see even 3 months after, you can see the colon, everything is already back to original state. That is a testimony. Here is a wonderful testimony of our sister patient. I'm the one that actually administered this water to her because I was there the first day. She visited our first office in Maryland where we installed the machine. Our friend called her and told her about miracle water, and she come around because she has a stage 4 cancer. She already counting days. Because she finished her last 6 doses of chemo in the 2nd week of May 2023 and 2022 last year. And in the month of August, the news came to her and she came to our office in Maryland. I remember that day, 2 people weighed her in, one on the left and one on the right, because she didn't have any energy. So stand even become a lot of problem. So immediately they told Simon, which is our leader that came to share this with us in Nigeria, he started giving 11.5 coming out from this machine and also gushing her 9.5. You see, within 30 minutes, she started stooling and peeing at the same time. To extend that the person that invited her, that brought her, she became very, very afraid of what is happening to her. She's the one who encouraged that. He said, it's like this water is working in me. Now, because of targeted therapies of the thing that he went for, her heart pumped at a very, very high rate. So sleeping becomes a lot of problem. She said she started her chemo in 2021. That since the day she started the chemo, sleeping is not coming because the heart pump at a very, very high rate. Do you know the first thing? That day she got home around 6 o'clock. By 7 p.m., 1 hour after, she's gone. She slept off. In fact, they had to carry her from the sitting room to the bedroom. She didn't wake up on the next day, 9 a.m. in the morning. She woke up, she started shouting, what has happened to me? The water, the water, the water. And they brought her back again to Maryland to come and collect more fresh water. Since then, the photograph you have seen is 5 weeks after. This is one of the first testimony we have in Nigeria. So after her, we have a lot of testimony. And she also owns a center in Oregon, in Morrissey Crescent in Oregon here in Ikeja. Okay. Now, Kangen machine produce 5 different types of water. We have only discussed only one. The second water is grain bottle, which is a clean water, 7.0. This is neutral. This one you can use to take your medication. You are not supposed, you can't use Kangen to take doctor medication because it might lead to overdose because of the absorption rate is very, very high. But having Kangen in your home, you can press the green button to get clean water. Now, if you look at the body of the machine, they draw babies a filly bottle because neutral water is a perfect water for babies from the 0 to 1 year. What that means is babies are naturally born alkaline. We are all naturally born alkaline. Our body's internal system. It is only our outer body that is acid. That's why a newborn baby, they will have a very wonderful smell. But when you go to people's home, because of the body has moved to acid, you see a lot of bad smells. So baby don't need alkaline. You don't give them Kangen water. What you give them is clean water. And you know, in Nigeria now, doctors tell antenatal mother not to feed their baby with water. Water in Nigeria are acid water. That's why you see when you feed it to a baby, it makes them to have constipation. But when you have Kangen machine in your home, click the green button and supply your baby clean water. It will help. The next water is called beauty water, which is fantastic for ladies' water. This water is the waste product of Kangen water. As we are collecting Kangen from the front hose, the back hose coming out water, which is the positive electron water, is beauty water. If you check the pH, it's 5.5, which is fantastic water that your skin actually needs. Your skin will absorb it like any other. So it nourishes and moisturizes your skin. When you have Kangen machine in your home, you don't have to allow the water to waste. The beauty water, you don't allow it to waste. You just be collecting and put in a bucket and take it to your bedroom and be bathing with it. All the wrinkles, it will make your skin like a baby skin. It nourishes your skin. All the sunburn, everything will be off. You begin to look more beautiful for your husband or for your wife. This is wonder of Kangen machine in your home. Now, the last two water, which is called 11.5 water. There's a button there called strong Kangen water, which is 11.5. This particular one is not suitable for any normal person to drink, okay? If you are not having health challenges, okay? It's only people that have health challenges or in danger zone that we use 11.5 to help their body system to flush out acid reflux faster, while they drink a little of 11.5 and more of 9.5. Now, what you use it for mostly when you have the machine in your home is to go green. That is, how do you watch your vegetables at home? Now, farmers use oil-based chemical to filter the chemical into the farm in order so that when rain fall on the farm, the chemical will not be water because oil and water don't mix. That is why farmers use oil-based chemical. But have you ever asked yourself, after the farmer harvests those crops, bring it into the market and we go there to buy, the chemical is still intact. They don't remove it. Some other use vinegar or salt to wash it, but I'm telling you that cannot remove anything. So all these chemicals also contribute to the state of our health. All these chemicals is one of the reasons why you see the death rate is really reducing these days. But having Kangen machine in your home, you can use to go green. So let's see how 11.5 water from Kangen machine, how it can help to remove all the chemical from your beans, from your rice, from your turkey, from your chicken, from everything you are cooking. You need to soak it with 11.5. Now here we have sesame oil and tap water and 11.5 water. Remember, oil and water don't mix. Oil will stay afloat, that is regular water. But 11.5, because of the microcrossing capability of this water, you have the ability to break the oil and the water. So you see the whole thing will mix with emulsify. Emulsification will happen to the water. You cannot separate the water from the oil anymore. The same thing will happen to the fine produce. When you pour it, when you use to soak your beans, we won't learn these days that a lot of mallards are using a sniper to preserve beans. That's why you see most beans in our home these days doesn't have those small arms that used to be there then. But because of the chemical they are putting, all these things go to our body system. They also cause a lot of ill health into our body systems. Regular water cannot remove the chemical. It can only remove the dust and the sand. Why 11.5? When you have Kangen machine in your home, that's why you say every home is the best gift you can give to your family. So 11.5, we remove the chemicals within a minute or 2 minutes that you soak it. Now, regular water cannot remove anything. What the result of the second one, which is 11.5 water? That's why we say Kangen 11.5, you used to go green in the home. All your food becomes organic by the time you soak it in. What you are seeing in that water is not tea, it's the chemical that the farmer has put, all the pesticide, the herbicide. It is what you are seeing there. So if it's not safe to eat, how can it safe to eat? The farmer spray a lot of chemicals on the farm. Why? He protect himself. If it is water, does he need to put all this in his body? But because what is spraying on the farm is chemical, so he need to protect himself. And at the best time, it doesn't remove. This is the 5 water that Kangen water produces. That is why we say this is the best medical equipment that you need in your home. So how does that happen? Let's watch out. Level Look SD501 is a medical device. How is it? So let's go for that to check how it happened. Now, before we talk about that, the last water is called sanitary water. How do you get sanitary water? Remember, when you click strong Kangen water in the machine, the 11.5 come out from the front hose, the back hose dispense the wastewater when you are getting 11.5. That coming out the waste of 11.5 is 2.5, which is sanitary water. The best hand sanitizer, the best disinfectant, the best to use to clean your home, the best to clean your table, to clean your laptop, the best to use when you shave, when you bath. For the past how many months now, I don't use all those barbers and stuff on my body. I spray 2.5. If you have any skin problem, you wake up in the morning, your mouth is smelling, you have bad breath, you have toothache, 2.5 is the fantastic water that you can use to goggle your mouth, and it will clean off all these germs out of your body, out of your mouth. You have sore throat, you can use it. If you drink, if you have a serious form, a poison in your skin, in your body, you can drink a little of 2.5. Some people might ask and say it is acid water. But do you know that the Coca-Cola you are drinking, go and check acid base in Coke, in Laca. There are 2 points. We have been drinking acid before now, but this is a very good one. It smells like hypo, very conk, but very fantastic. It's a very good also on human skin. So let's watch how you can use it to help your skin. If you have a skin rashes, skin disease, look at it, it is an eczema. If you are drinking a 9.5 to solve the problem internally, why the outer skin 2.5 to get rid of all these skin issues in your body systems? Psoriasis, this psoriasis is a very stubborn skin problems. 2.5, by drinking 9.5 and use 2.5 on the outer body, it gives the amazing result. This guy working in Kota Kinabalu, been battling with this psoriasis for over 15 good years, using all kind of ointment. It will go, it will come back. But here, look at what we are seeing. 3 days of applying 2.5 from Kangen machine. The result is amazing. You agree with me? The result is amazing. This is Suzanne from Singapore. You can see their face really look monster. But 2 months after using 2.5 and drink Kangen water, 9.5, the result is amazing. My brother, my sisters, there we have a lot of recognition of certificate given to this wonderful technology that I present to you today from different countries of the world. But we'd like to talk about 3 certificates. First, Ministry of Health in Japan, after over 6,500 doctors run through Level Look SD501, check all the water content, 5 water coming out from Kangen machine, and they now write a report. The report now was submitted to Ministry of Health in Japan, and they have no choice than to give a medical device certification on Kangen machine. International Standard Organization also give 13,485. This certification is the same thing given to all medical equipment around the world. No other organization, no other certification from ISO is higher than this, only medical device. So Kangen machine is also given from International Standard Organization 13,485. Lastly, Water Quality Association of the United States of America in 2003, when this network of companies extend their offices in New York. Now, Water Quality Association of the United States give a gold seal on Kangen machine to tell you that this product is high premium product. This is the 5 different types of water produced by Kangen machine. And level look SZ501 is not a alkaline machine, it's not a purifier machine, it is a medical device or Kangen machine. Thank you. Now, this is a factory in Lusaka producing this wonderful technology since 1974. This technology is produced in this factory. Everything is produced. There's no contract of anything to any other companies. That is why you see nobody can produce, no other company can copy Kangen machine. Since 1974, we have a lot of companies from Hong Kong, from China, trying to produce ionized machine. None of them can come closer to Kangen machine because Kangen is have the secret of this. I mean, Energy have the secret of Kangen machine. Okay. Now, do you see value in this machine? What value can you place on this machine? This is a very quick question that everybody need to ask. And if you find value in what I'm presenting, if you find value in Kangen machine, please go to the chat box and type 7777. This is the number that I use when I bring my presentation. If you find value in what I'm presenting, if you see value in Kangen machine, type 77. A response or of what I'm presenting, and you see a value in this technology that I'm presenting and also what I'm presenting. Type 77. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. And this is the end of the first part of this presentation. If you have a question, please, you can feel free to unmute yourself while I still continue on the just a little part about it so that we can talk about the price of the value of this machine. So this is the best you can give as a gift to your family. Because you see, in this part of the world, we spend a lot of money on water. Government is supposed to give us a municipal water, but we're not having it. So after you build your house, you see sink a lot of borehole. Some people even do a water treatment plant, and yet the water you cannot do. You're just spending a lot of money on water every day. So Kangen water and Kangen machine can solve this problem for you and give your water a very healthful one. The flagship model of level look SZ501, it comes with 7 solid platinum plate, very expensive gemstone. Very expensive. That's why the machine is a little bit expensive. Okay. Now you can look at the value there, 3,280 euro. 200 euro, we ship the machine down to Nigeria. But in Naira, the value is 3.3 million Naira. That was the old price. But right now that we have the company in Nigeria is 2,970,000 Naira. I'm supposed to have updated this. This is what I'm using before. So the value for today's price for level look SZ501 is 2,970,000, and it will be delivered in anywhere you are in Nigeria, as long as you're in Nigerian soil. With that amount, just give us, transfer money to our account and give us your means of identification, then your full name, your email address, and we have your phone number, then we can process, then DHL will deliver at your doorsteps. Now, after that, then we can now talk about how to do installation. So the floor is open for you now to ask questions. Okay, if you have a question that you want to ask me, please, it's allowed for you now. You can unmute yourself while you take over the floor. Then I'll be here to answer you. Why I enjoy my Kangen water. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So please, questions over to you, Flo. Question. Pova, you have unmuted yourself. Please, you can take over the floor. I'm listening. Hello. Please, if you don't have any questions, maybe I should continue, or we call it a day. I would like somebody to ask a question. If you really have something that in what I've shared and you are not getting it or you don't understand, please open the floor so that you can ask your questions. I'll be here to answer you. Thank you. Or maybe, are you finding it difficult to unmute yourself? Participants. You can unmute yourself. It's open. You can unmute yourself and take over the floor. You can unmute yourself. So Kangen machine is priceless. You agree with me, it's priceless. The best gift you can actually give to your family. Now, 3,480, which is 2,970,000 is the Naira value if you are buying right now in Nigeria. So it only medical water, grade water machine, ISO 13,485, medical standard, only machine that can produce 11.5 and 2.5. No other machine that do this around the world. 5 years warranty. This is very, very important. 5 years warranty covered. Okay? 5 years warranty is on the machine. Minimum lifespan is 25 years. I'm telling you, 25 years, you are just starting using the machine. I don't tell people, instead of you to put 10 million or 20 million to buy a car, why don't you remove 3 million from it, invest 3 million on Kangen machine, the remaining 70 million for a nice car and buy? Because in 5 years, the car you buy 100 million today, in 5 years time, the value is gone. That car is no longer invoked. The car is gone. So, but your Kangen water is still keeping you alive. Whatever money you are making in your life, you need good health to enjoy your life. So Kangen water will also help you in that area. So the machine has one of the kind patented e-cleaning system. The machine service itself. There are times that you are fetching the machine, we say cleaning. Once you say cleaning, you don't fetch the water to drink. You push the hose to waste and allow the water to run through. Once you finish, you say Kangen machine 9.5, it will start. You are ready to collect your water. So this is the good news of Kangen machine. So please, I'm still waiting, or maybe if you know that we don't have any questions, you feel like what I've shared, you are satisfied with it, maybe we should call it a day, or you want me to go to the business aspect, which is the marketing plan. So if you want it, you can go to the chat box and request for it, then I continue, or else we call it a day here. Thank you, and God bless you. So please, if you still have questions you want to ask, feel free to ask the question. I will be here to answer you. Thank you.